Hey y'all, it's Nancy the Handy Scandy. Welcome back for another crafty venture.
And welcome to my episode 25 of Saturday Morning Makes.
Hey y'all, welcome to Saturday Morning Makes. I think I've realized why I'm always late, aside from the fact that life is life. I do too much. When I get the chance to just play and just do things for me, I just do too much. And this represents literally 2 days worth worth of crafting, but it's very condensed on this table. But let me go ahead and scooch some things out of the way, and then we will get started. So first, I want to talk about these cards. I absolutely adore these cards. These were created with a penny black stamp. My friend Gina that was up crafting with me last week, this was her stamp, and we stamped it out, and I still have several more to go. Stamped out several different things. So this one is on watercolor card, and it is done painted with watercolor pencils. This one is on Bristol, and a Bristol Smooth, and it's painted or colored with alcohol ink markers. I've also gone in on both of them and used some of the Arteza, or they call Inkonic pens. But this one is on watercolor, and it's stamped in Vintage Photo because I want to do that antique watercolor, vintage watercolor technique that Anna White shared so many times. And this one is on Express It cardstock. Just to finish talking about these a little bit more, you can see that I've done some of that grungy stamping technique. I used my Starry watercolors to add that gold. It's kind of a coppery sparkle. So this one, let me just pull them out. I don't know their names. I'm sure it's on the back. My eyes won't let me focus in on that. But this lighter one gives kind of almost a silvery sparkle. I don't know if y'all can see it. Let me stand up and see if you're seeing it. Yeah, you can see it to some degree. You can also see the confetti and the little pearls I put on there too from this Calls for Confetti, and the little gems. But the confetti are, I believe they're Sparkle All the Way, and the pearls, my chair doesn't want to roll. The pearls are the white pearl embellishments. I just used the smaller sizes, and I love that these have so many different sizes. Love that. And these little sparkle gems, I'm not sure the color of these, but they're just like this. I don't know, that's too many. It's still too many. I don't know how well y'all can see them, or if you can, but they're flat-sided so that they glue straight down, but they're also faceted so that they catch the light. They're beautiful. And again, they're from this Calls for Confetti, and she has many colors, many different blends, many different types of embellies. So yeah, this Calls for Confetti. You won't be disappointed. But I used the starry colors for the splatter, and I also used the starry colors to stamp. You can see that there's still some gold paint on there, but while it's wet in the palettes, I just will kind of roll my stamp around in there, and then I just roll it where I want it, and that's how I get that look. Now this stitching die is just a basic rectangle stitch die, or I mean the stitching detail. It is from Creek Bank Creations. You see, I've said it before, this is probably the oldest set of dies in my room, the oldest. And this little piece right here is from this honeybee die, burlap A2 background, and it cuts out a piece of burlap. I've got some right here. I just want to show you what they look like. So this is a brown, this is in black, and I trim them down and use them in different ways. This little piece in here, I actually just cut out that much of it so I could have that little bit around the edge. I thought that looked cool. And then I, of course, did like a two-tone. I've got a cream and then the orange, and then this is a piece of that kind of mustardy yellow ribbon and some twine. I just thought that added some nice texture and detail. And that's it. That's it on that one. But I do love this burlap die. I wish I would think to pull it out and use it more often. Now, let me move those out of the way. This die actually is this one from Gina Marie Designs. And just looking at it, I often think I'm not going to like it. I don't know why I think that, but I do. But this actually is the die cut panel, and I think it's really pretty. It just didn't work for what I wanted to do. I wish I had a rectangle that was just a little bit smaller than this, but the next one down is too small because I don't want necessarily that detail on it, because that takes away from the space where I can actually have my image. But I just wish I had a solid rectangle die. But the solid, well, they're stitched. The ones that I have, the other ones that I have are stitched. Oh, I said rectangle. Let me start over. I do have another set of oval dies. They're from Whimsy. They're a stitched oval die, but they're the exact same sizes. So where this has this cutout, the Whimsy ones have a stitching. Same with this. I want a set that fits right inside this open space here. So, but I don't, but they're beautiful, beautiful dies. So I don't know if you guys are familiar with Gina Marie Designs or not, but that's their website, wholesalecraftingsupplies.com. Oh, and forgive my nails. I'm way past getting them done, and it's just not going to happen for a while. So it is what it is. But Gina Marie Designs, really good source. So let me move those out of the way. And we talked about this and this and this. I can move those out of the way and that out of the way. And then last week, Impression Obsession had a release. And I don't know if you guys are familiar with Miss Anna White. I absolutely adore her. But she came on and she showed a bunch of the things that they were releasing. And while I did not buy them all, I bought a lot. This is a lot. But Anna has these 3 die sets specifically. There's two tag dies, and y'all know I love a tag. So Everyday Tags and Everyday Tags 2, and you can see that they have that cool stitching. She uses a sewing wheel. Let me see, I have one right here. She uses one of these a lot in her crafting just to get that fun little edge, and she does a little wacky thing here and there. And so she incorporated that into her dies on both of them, and I love that she did that. Love that she did that. In fact, that's part of the reason why I went ahead and got these dies, just because of that detail. Super fun. And by the way, it's not the same detail on both dies. It's very similar, but it's not the same. So it's not like she just took this one with the arched top and then left everything the same, but reversed it and then created a different top. Nope, different design. So you're not only getting a different type of tag, different shape of tag, but you're getting a little bit different stitch detail as well. But let me set these aside for a minute, because I went on a die cutting spree this weekend. So I started by making a bunch of dies, and I thought, I am not a big purple fan. And I think I realized that by so many Wayfair commercials coming on. And I'm just like, that's purple overload. I can't do it. But I challenged myself to use purple, because I don't hate purple. It was just those commercials made me kind of cringe. So anyway, I went into my stash and I die cut a bunch of purple. And I've used several. So this is not very much left from what I did. But I did a big and a small from each color that I did. And so see how each one has 2 sizes? I did that. And then I pulled out this set. Now this is Monster Faces. And that's exactly what it's called, Monster Face. And it has a couple of mouth shapes. It has 2 sets of teeth. It has a scar, eyebrows, a tongue, and then 1, 2, 3 stitched circle layers for the eyes, and then the pupil is also a stitched circle, but it has that little detail cut out. So now you can use any circle dies to make eyes, right? You don't necessarily need that. But these little bushy eyebrows, that's very unique. I don't know if you have something similar. I know in the what is it called? The Penguin Pals die set from Whimsy. There's a shape that's very similar. It's the feet. Let me see if I can't find it in here. Is it the feet or is it the beaks? Now I don't know. And I don't want to waste your time, and I'm not seeing it right off the bat. Oh, it's the feet. And when at Whimsy we did a hop using these dies for different things. And so see, it's similar, but it's not the same. But I even thought those could be little wings, or they could be like little tufts of hair. So, you know, you don't necessarily have to get this die set, because there's probably things in your stash that could suffice. You know, it would be different. Obviously, it would be different die sets, but yeah, so anyway, but this mouth, any kind of wonky circle could be a mouth. You're not necessarily going to get a tongue, right? But, or a scar, but everything else, I think that you could probably find something to make do. The mouth shapes, I think you could probably find something to make do. The teeth, you know, just even hand cut you some shapes. So anyway, I'm not encouraging you not to buy her die set, because I think it's great, and I'm very happy that I did, and I'm sure it will find lots of use in my craft room. But I'm just saying, you know, we can't all buy everything. There's too much product and not enough time or money. But there's all of that, and I just want to show you. So I coupled the tags with this set, and I went die cut crazy here. And these are the leftover die cuts. These are just the leftovers. I'm going to move these tags because we've seen them. Couple scars fell off over here. So there's my scars. There's the different teeth shapes. I've got a stack of mouths of this shaped mouth. It's kind of like a kidney bean shape, right? So I just used pattern or colored cardstock. I didn't do any ink blending on the edges. I didn't do anything fancy at all. But those are my extras. So let me pull in the tags that I did make. I think they're absolutely adorable. And these are all inspired by one of Anna's samples. In fact, this one is cased pretty closely to hers. So I love it. I just love it. The little buck teeth, just one eyeball. I think it's super cute. Super cute. Now, I did use my Nuvo Crystal Glaze again. This bottle is almost out, but I used it again on all these eyeballs. So there's that one. And then I did this one. Now this one, I feel like the eyes are a little too high and the mouth is too low. I feel like it does need a nose, but I still think it's super cute. I love this seam binding. Yeah, the seam binding was still wet actually when I tied it on, because I wanted it to have that crinkle, so it kind of messed up that bushy eyebrow, but I think it makes it that much more interesting. And then I actually did this one at the last minute. I was calling it done, and then I said, no, I can do one more. Because I just thought these little flowers were fun, the flower paper. And then I had these shades of pink and orange that kind of matched. So I just did that and added the crazy twine for the hair this morning. Let me move these out of the way as well. And then this one I think is super cute. The mouth is huge. Obviously it's offset. The eyeballs are different. Yeah, it's kind of wacky. Some rickrack and some more of the seam binding. He's yelling. I love that his tongue is green. And this one I think might be my favorite. Maybe not. I don't know. I kind of like them all. But the teal eye, and then the mouth again being offset way too big. Now you could use any size tags for this. You don't have to use a tag. You could obviously put it on any kind of shape that you want. You could use a circle. You could put these on pumpkins. You could make a card. In fact, there's more dies to this stamps or to this release, and I don't have products that or samples that I made with them because I just ran out of time. But Where are those other dies? There's one that's like trims and things. Here we go. Here we go. So this is the one I'm talking about. It says edges #1. So obviously you could use them as edges, but they're also, she had intended for it to be like monster hair. They could be mouths. This could be like teeth for a jack-o'-lantern or a pumpkin. This could be a wonky smile. You know, just again, think creatively. I'm sure that you have some dies that you could use in different ways, or maybe you have like some of those edged scissors. But I will try to remember to link Anna's video downstairs just so you can see what I'm talking about. But those are super, super fun. And so let me set these over here. I think they're adorable. I hope y'all agree. I think they're so much fun. And then there were a couple of stamp sets. Now this one, I'll talk about this one first. It is called Creepy Kitty, and I absolutely love it. But I didn't get very far with those tags. So I'll pull them out, but I didn't get very far. And you know, sometimes if you lose direction, you just have to walk away from it. And that's kind of where I am with these. And I think it's just because I used the darkest of the purple and you really can't see. So I stamped the little spider web. I stamped it in some white it's not StazOn. I can't think what it is. It's a solvent ink. But anyway, and then I stamped a little spider, and you can't see the spider, and then I got frustrated. But I stamped out the kitty, and I colored him up, and I stamped out the ghosty kitty, which is my favorite. I actually have 2 of them. I don't know where the other one is right now. But then I've got the cloud, and I've got the little cat bat, and I have a spider somewhere too. You know, I just can't keep track of everything, so I do apologize. Here's the spider. Here's the spider. But I fussy cut those legs out. I won't be doing that again. No, I won't be doing that again. But I did it. But anyway, those are those tags, and I will get back to them. They may take on a different life. They may be used for something else, but anyway, there's those. I think it's a super sweet set. There were actually 2 of the kitty stamp sets. I chose that one because I think the ghost kitty is too cute. Sorry, I needed a drink. All right, and then the next 2 stamp sets are these, and the artist is Lindsay Ostrom, and she does primitives, obviously. I love me some Prim. Now, I don't go crazy with Prim, but I do love it when I see it, and I hadn't seen it in a while. Now, Jill Norwood did show some dies. I think they were dies that she purchased from, I think it was scrapbook.com. And again, I'll try to link to Jill's channel, which, by the way, Jill is the one who kind of birthed the idea for Saturday Morning Makes. And we all have her to thank, and she perpetuates it each week. She's so kind and loving and caring and so welcoming and generous. And definitely have to give her props and thanks. And I will link you to her channel, if for nothing else but for Saturday Morning Makes, but also because she did a video with some Prim products just yesterday. So this is Saturday the 26th. And yeah, so there's that. But anyway, so I have these, and I stamped them all out. And again, I went stamping crazy. Now with this one, I don't have the dies. I believe there are coordinating dies, but I colored and fussy cut. So I did some coloring with markers, and I did some coloring with colored pencils. And again, I was trying to incorporate all those purple tags. So I did pretty good. I have several more that are on the purple, but yeah, so lots and lots of coloring and stamping and fussy cutting. I was in here for hours doing this yesterday, and all these little extra bits. Aren't they fun though? Look at that. I don't think I realized it literally until just this moment that those are probably supposed to be eyeballs. I just saw them as design, but I'm wondering if they're not supposed to be eyeballs. Which I wonder if that would be the same on her hat. Interesting that I didn't catch that. Anyway, let me move these out of the way. I do love this skull. Love, love, love that skull. That's probably my favorite. And I don't know what it is about a skull that I don't know. I love a skull. I don't know that I can call her my favorite. There are lots that are my favorites, but I like her a lot. Truly like her a lot. So, using the purple tags, I created these two babies. So this one I used the Happy Halloween stamp, and I stamped it multiple times in the background, and then I just used some moss and a little bit of foam tape. You can see the foam tape back there, and just glued them down. I used hot glue, and then I have these three little extra guys from the back, or from the stamp, excuse me, the little primitive stars, and I don't know exactly what that's supposed to be, but it's fun. And then I used these little bulb pins. I have several different finishes on them. I have black and silver and gold and this bronze, and that might be all. But anyway, I used the bronze and just excuse me, added some little dangly bits. I just thought it was fun. I used the, now this one was a freebie set from This Calls for Confetti, but you can see there are lots of different colors of these fall leaves. Now I don't know what tree that shape of leaf is supposed to be off of, but I think they're very pretty. Lots of shimmer and shine, and again, they're faceted, so that light just catches all of that. And then, was it this one? This is the falling leaves, and it's orange. This is where I got the big orange leaves. And I don't know if she still has these in her store or not, because these are from last year. But she also had a yellow, and which just meant that the leaves were yellow. And I can't remember, I feel like there was a third one. But anyway, I added those leaves to the little bulb pin just to create the little dangly. And of course some raffia. I love the wild untamed look of raffia. Now this one is a smaller tag, and I trimmed the raffia down a little bit. But yeah, same idea. I glued on the moss, and then added hot glue and some little foam dots to the back of the pumpkins, and then I added a foam dot and some hot glue to this little star. Added another star back there, and then again with the bulb pin, but this time I have 2 of the leaves and a piece of candy corn from this. Now this is a candy corn mix. It's not just the candy corn clay pieces, because there are circles and dots, and there's the little straw pieces, and there's shimmers and shines, and yeah, so lots of fun stuff in there. But that is what I put on this. I did give the raffia a haircut on this one, so this one has that fun untamed look that I like. This one's a little more clean cut. And then on the background I used those stars, also in the same way that I used the Happy Halloween on that one. So those are those two. Again, using those purples. Now these two, I actually had some old tags just sitting here on my desk. So these two backgrounds I actually made whatever year the first mica stains came out. So has that been 2 years now? So these have been sitting in my stash for 2 years waiting to be used. And I love, love, love them. Both of these stencils are from This Calls for Confetti. I'm trying to think if I can remember their names. I can't. This one is like I think it's called Double T, and it's a texture stencil. And then this one is a Harlequin stencil. I cannot remember their names, but this is from the Spiders and Webs die set from Whimsy. And of course I love that little girl bat, pumpkin head bat, so cute. And then the words are from Tim Holtz, from the clippings. This one is for Halloween. I don't know how old this one is. It probably says, but my eyes won't focus. Excuse me. Let me get another drink. Anyway, I just thought it was interesting and fun, and I added this little ribbon, just really simple on the ribbon, but used the Olo markers to color her in. And then it says, Dorothy liked anything spooky, but still she shuddered, but she still shuddered. And this one, I added some more of those little wooden plank cutouts that were from my Whimsy video last week, and I love her, this little doll. So that's that one, right? And then this one is her. I just love them. I think they're adorable. And then this one says, fire burn and cauldron bubble in the poisoned entrails throw. Then of course with these clippings, you make up your own story, like what happens next, what happened before. You know, you as the reader are the storyteller. So I really like that idea with these. And I think they're fun. Excuse me. I feel like everything's my favorite. But these are kind of favorites. So it does not feel like that's a whole lot, but man, that took me forever. All right, guys. So for now, this is all of my goodies. I'm not gonna spread it all out because we'll be here forever again. But I thank you for joining me, for spending some time with me today on this Sunday morning. No, it's Sunday afternoon. Going over Saturday morning makes. And again, make sure you use the hashtag SatMornMakes, and that will pull up a playlist of all of the different people that are participating, and you get to see all of their beautiful projects and the fun things that they're doing. And we encourage you to play along. Go ahead and share what you've made with us using that same hashtag, and also share it on the Facebook group. Miss Jana has graciously allowed us to use her Facebook group. She changed the name, and it's Saturday Morning Makes, and every other day too, or something like that. But long story short, with that, it means that you don't have to only post on Saturday. So, but guys, thank you. I'm rambling. I apologize. This is Nancy, the Handy Scandy, with Saturday Morning Makes. Mwah! I'm out.